Earlier today, Franklin, Eileen, and I, we traveled to Batangas to speak at La Salle University, and we didn't know if it was going to rain or not. So obviously, if we had a gadget that had that, and before we woke up and went to the university in Batangas, we would, we'd get that feed and go to our own blog site or Google, iGoogle, and basically know what was happening with the weather. That would help out, right, Franklin? So there's Google Gadgets for your webpage. You can definitely add this, with your preference as well. And it's very simple as copying and pasting HTML into your own website. So it's very easy to do. Even though my background is, I focus on telecom software. This is easy. This is very easily that like any developer would be able to actually do this. To find out more about Google Gadgets and Google, jumped up ahead. Google Gadgets, the APIs. You can go to google.com/API/gadgets, and you can look at some of the top authors for there. And also we have a Google discussion group. Also, there at the end of this presentation, there is a link. Eileen, Franklin, and I are on the list, unofficial list, to help developers for the Philippines. It's our Google groups, and we'll have that later in the presentation. But not just supporting you guys from the Philippines on Google Gadgets, but we wanted to have a good interaction between you as developers, developing content for the Philippines, and helping you guys out as much as possible. Because we know that we wanted to support our developers in the Philippines. It's our big initiative. So I think we want to move on, and we're going to be talking about yes, talking about open social. So I think Franklin, you wanted to talk about this? Okay, all right. So this is the sort of exciting initiative that happened a couple weeks ago.
Actually,
right before we left. Well, no, before Android. So, and basically, I'm going to take this. And Franklin, I wanted to give Franklin the opportunity to talk about open social. There you go.
Thanks. Okay, so what's open social? Actually, open social provides a common set of APIs for social applications across multiple websites. So using standard JavaScript and HTML, developers can create apps that can access the social networks, friends, and update feeds. So some of the benefits of this, you get this distribution from learning from these common APIs just once to build for many websites. So we have several partners, that being like MySpace, I think Friendster is part, High Five, LinkedIn. So those are just a few of the partners that we have. So some interesting applications that we can develop for open social actually would be finding out. So for a particular friend, finding out who their new added friends are in each of their social network sites, finding out particular people in a particular area, city, hometown, village, whatever, and aggregating all of that within even a Google gadget, using open social and aggregating all that data into a Google gadget. So we have actually, you can actually start working on, playing with this with Orchid. Orchid opened up a limited sandbox So you can start building, apps with the open social APIs. So, so how to develop applications using open social? Well, you can go to code.google.com/API/open social, and there is a tutorial there, most likely like a hello world. It's something very easy to follow. So there's a lot of documentation available, so you could build a social gadget right away. So as I mentioned before, you could there are sandboxes available. So test out the gadget. Sure.
Yeah. So I wanted to give one example how using open social would be ideal. Let's say, for example, I know in the Philippines, whenever anybody wants to meet someone, everyone wants to know, hey, where do you come from? Hey, you're from Bicol. Oh, you're from Tarlac. Or, so the problem here is that there's these different social networks. And you want to make sure that each of these social networks, you want to aggregate people or find other people on different. So if you're only on Friendster, you don't have access to people in Orchid, for example. So let's have an example. Let's say Tarlac, since Franklin is from family is from Tarlac. Now he's only on Friendster, and he wants to build a gadget. It could be a Google gadget, but it could be an application as well, to basically find people who are from Tarlac, not only from Friendster, but also from Orchid. So the power here is that you can find, you can use the API to grab the other users who are using another social network and querying that other people who are from Tarlac or hometown is from Tarlac, and basically you can gather and find all the people who are on the different social network and basically marry that data together. So you can actually find out other people. Yeah. Yeah, you have a question real quick? I know we want to... I think you want to use the thing. I think it's on.
Right. Yes. That won't work because doesn't everybody have to install your app or your gadget before it can work?
Well, you can the API. The API can be not just used. It can be optionally used in a gadget, but you don't have to. It's just another option. Of course, this would be specific to you could be having this gadget on your blog or homepage. But yeah, if you wanted to put it in a gadget, yeah, you probably wanted to have that.
The application that searches for for all the people from Tarlac, it has you only search for people who are friends, who are go and search for people who have installed the application or friends of people who've installed the application. Is that not correct?
Well, in terms of this API, if you go into the API is that you wanted to make sure that you are specific to your search, right? So you wanted to find other people, not just from your own Friendster network. You wanted to see other people who are available in the other network. So this is kind of giving a way to pull two pieces of network and bringing in, aggregating into one, and then searching.
But Open Social Graph, the way the code is specified in the API, does it let you search for everybody in, say, Friendster, or just the people who have installed the app, the gadget? I know Facebook calls it an app. You guys call it gadget, right?
Well, a gadget is just that's just one facet of where you can do it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have a gadget to use Open Social. This is just an example.
Right.
Where
Now,
you can use
terminology you use is application. Is that terminology you use?
What do you mean terminology?
I mean, I'm not familiar with. It's very new Open Social Graph, but for Facebook, the terminology is app.